Okay, so today is April 16th, 2019. It has been another week, and where am I this week? Well, I'm really tired right now. I ran, I did an all-nighter this past night, so I'm a little out of it, but I still want to record. Um, so I was supposed to have my thesis done by this past Sunday, so that I could defend it this Friday. I mean, I was supposed to have it done last Friday, but anyway, and then defend this Friday, but it's it's not happening because when we were setting those goals, I thought I'd be able to just go and be done with it. But even getting my simulation set up took almost a week because I had problems with it, and some of them were problems I was not expecting to have. I left too little space between the tip of my blade and the mesh edge, and I tried a number of things to make that work, but there just wasn't a good fix for it other than kind of backing up. And fortunately, looking at some other data was kind of encouraging me to redesign anyway. So I got a turbine that works in my simulation, but I feel kind of bad about it because I'm like, well, is it really? But the only other way I saw to make it work right now would be really sounds like a stray cat out there. But yeah, I would have to use itty bitty little mesh pieces that don't really fit. And that's not what I wanted to do. I've run one simulation. I ran it with a tip speed ratio of 2, which now I realize was a bad idea because I'm trying to use a drag-based turbine. And it's kind of like the best analogy to understand what my mistake was is how fast can a sailing ship go? Well, it can't go any faster than the wind. So why am I using a tip speed ratio of 2 if I'm using a drag-based turbine? So, well, it's because I had read in a paper that was a good number to use. So literally reading these papers has led me to bad conclusions and decisions. And if I had done some more thinking and a little bit less reading and being panicked, I probably would have been okay. But I am where I am now. I had a paper that Dr. Goodarzi encouraged me to work on, and I really thought about pulling out of it several weeks ago, and if I end up not graduating this semester, I'll probably be pretty upset that I didn't, or if it doesn't work out, or anything else. It doesn't help that my mother's encouraging me to try to get anyway, whatever. I was, but I managed to get that squeaked out today, which is technically on time. That was part of why I was pulling an all-nighter, because I had that to do, and then I also had a homework for another class that I was working on, and I was like, I don't really have time. So we'll just cut out sleep. I might take a nap at some point, but I have a class at 11 and it's already 6:23. Oh dear, and it's already been almost 5 minutes. But my vehicle aerodynamics class, I did at least get an A on that paper, although I really wanted to do like better, wanted a perfect score. I was hoping to get some bonus points, but it doesn't look like I got them. Oh well. So I'm in the lab trying to get my homework done now. I did finish my simulation. It was 577 gigabytes when it finished the first time. So I'm glad I bought a memory expansion, but now I'm kind of like, where can I even back that up to? Because there's not a lot of space on these drives. So I've emailed the professor to ask, and my future simulations, I saved at every time step because I wanted to see what was happening, but I don't think I need to save every time step on future iterations, so at least they'll be like half as big or smaller. 'Cause I think most of that size went into the time step saves, but all of my sliding mesh simulations have been very large, so it's not really a big surprise. My vehicle class is going okay. My elasticity is where I have a homework due, and the professor was a little annoyed I didn't have the homework done last class, so I'm trying to have it this class. I mean, I finished it. I can turn something in, but I wanted it to be good, not just crap. Excuse me. But yeah, that's where I am looking forward. I really need to finish my thesis. I should have been working on it even more sooner. It's not like I didn't work on it, but I probably should have gotten even more done, but I didn't have the license I needed until recently, so how much could I have done? I did as much as I could, I think, maybe. But Dr. Goodarzi is off at a conference right now, so wasn't able to meet with him. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna make sure I get some rest today. I've got I've got a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. I have another paper that I'm gonna have to read and finish by the 25th, and then I have another paper after that on May 8th, and I still have to finish writing my thesis. I'm only 16 pages in, and I've barely written about anything so far. So that was both encouraging and discouraging, because if I've got 16 pages and I've barely just begun, how much am I going to have to end up writing to get my whole point across? But I at least know what it is that I'm working on and what I'm trying to do, and not necessarily happy about where I am with it, but at least I'm making progress again, and sort of kind of everything is mostly okay, I hope.